These are the best highlights from the matchup between KT and DRX during the 2024 LCK Summer Split.
Utilizing the information that he's gathered as Yehu taking a lot of damage here from BDD on his Azir, and this is actually really smart. It's Pureshik going to find Sponge here, and it's his clever little pathing that's allowed this to happen. Finds the permafrost onto the Zyra, and without her plants, what's she going to do? Yehu also getting solo killed in the mid lane at the same time. The flash from Sponge, Yehu flashing in as well, but BDD gets out of there, and there's first blood for Pureshik. It's crazy all over the map, but KT coming out on top.
Be able to secure these, but man, the Ezreal losing all this farm in a tough matchup already with the way Kalista, he's now down 20 CS.
In the early game, and then find game-winning plays later on. I think Zeka even recently had a pretty forgettable laning phase and then won POG. So, look, there's time.
I feel like his career was built on it.
Yeah. And we still think he's a fantastic player. So yeah, there's an opportunity here as the grasping roots do come down. Boomerang's flying out though. Let's see what actually happens as Pleta doesn't find the Zenith Blade. Yehu looking for an opportunity onto BDD, who is still very, very tanky. They're just going for a bit of a 1v1, but he makes it back to his teammates. That Glacial Prison, I don't think was ever going to really hit onto anything because it landed in the bushes. That's okay.
It was the E predict from Pureshik, a little bit off.
He was going to E into the wall.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Beryl just going to find an ulti onto Pleta for fun. That was pretty cool. All right. And KT just going to let that one go.
+1 World Atlas stack.
Indeed. There we go.
Not even sure if that actually did count as one. But you know, you miss every shot you don't take.
They got a couple of grubs.
Break Cryo here. They weren't able to make that play onto Perfect happen. With the additional plating, after the changes to stop lane swaps, they're not even going to teleport Perfect back to lane. He's just going to walk because he's like, yeah, maybe you guys get a split plate here. Don't really care. Not too worried.
And that means that they won't have that tool. No fate's going to be sealed anytime soon, as Perfect still likely to get dove, as there is a teleport coming in. Pleta tanks up this turret for an extraordinarily long time. As Perfect, he hits Meganar, but then he gets hit by a ram, and so he will be going down. The turret is also going to fall on the bottom side, so first turret blood in trade for the first kill for DRX. Yeah, Rascal also going to get the turret.
Had to use his teleport for that though, so pretty expensive here, and it is a trade of turrets as you mentioned, but I mean, look at what BDD is getting done here in mid. Doesn't even have Nashor's Tooth. He's just ripping this to shreds though, and with only 2 grubs, because he's got Beryl and Pureshik's help here, and down goes the turret. So it's 2 turrets for 1. DRX really don't get a whole lot.
It's a little bit. It's so much easier with Dagon because he naturally just sits in the hosting. He's actually just there all day.
He's permanently there.
Exactly the same spot. But we often just move around and we're in weird positions.
It's his day off. He just was told he didn't have to sit there on his day off as well.
Yeah, exactly. He did stay here.
1,500 gold advantages, now 3,000 with those turrets going down. Now Perfect, he does not have flash from that prior play, nor his Narbar, so it's a good timing to punish.
Yep, Sponge going to come on down. Does land one of them. Stranglethorns to come on through, but the hop is pretty strong. Almost gets out, but he's not able to. Perfect just going to get chopped up and destroyed. Rascal getting the same treatment here towards the top side, but it looks like he will be able to make it out. Fellow's Breath to help him there. As Beryl just throws some fire his way. Deft going for a bit of a 1v1, and Teddy wants nothing to do with it, understandably so.
Yeah, and this is going to be one more charge on the Herald as well.
Yeah. And it looked like, you know, like DRX went for the play, Perfect died, but there's still bounties up, right? It's still like a 4,000 gold lead. KT still in so much control of this game.
But I was just going to say, they took so much damage on the bottom side during the dive as well. They couldn't follow up on a full health turret to get, okay, we got this, you got a turret top side, but we get a turret. They lose a turret, they get an extra charges. Now they're going to try to punish BDD.
All right, let's see whether they can get it here as the Zenith Blade doesn't quite work. Zegan and Zagan finds the Emperor's Divide, and that's why he's the goat of the Azir. Oh my god, BDD.
He zigged when he should have zigged, and he zagged when he should have zagged. High value Chemtech Souls over the last few days where we've had the, support Ivern, the secondary support Ivern coming through. We've seen some Enchanter supports, the Karma coming back, but still going to be relatively useful for the Azir. That's going to do a lot of damage up in the face of people. He's going to go low, but he's going to do a lot of damage. He's going to get some extra resistance. He's got
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
If they're a little bit sloppy with the setup, could be a problem.
All right, BDD finds the ulti here. Yehu going for that 1v1. He goes into melee range of Ione, and he's got backup. Top laner going to be coming in. Perfect comes down, and that is going to be that.
I mean, they are the one with the Ezreal poke, but, you know, DRX that is, but they can't even get Teddy in position to use any of that, and they kind of just watch the Drake go.
Yep. I think that DRX wanted this to happen.
Already used, so it will be some time before he can utilize that. I think that's part of why KT decided to back away. Didn't want to have a fight where he doesn't have that, as Barrel's in trouble.
Yeah, he's going to get grasped, and Fate's call. And Deft is going to be able to save him. He just does not have a lot of health. Mystic shots. They're going to have to be careful as Rascal looks for a knock-up, gets it onto Pyoshik that he didn't even know was there, and now Sponge is just going to explode! Couldn't even press the Stranglethorns button, and he's just dead! Yahoo also going to get feared there by Beryl, carries his ultimate back as well, and the Azir is starting to pick up the kills. Deft also dancing forward, celebrating his 1000th game with a kill on his opposite number. And now Yahoo is just running for the hills. Pyoshik going to get stabbed a little bit, but I think that this one's pretty inevitable, especially with the known location that he has to go back to there. BDD doesn't even allow that to happen. And KT, they should be able to head towards this Baron, take this down, and start really doing some damage to the base.
It was starting to look like, okay, maybe with some of that poke from Teddy, there's an angle here until KT got decisive. Perfect teleport was immaculate, is able to just hard commit to the top part of the fight there after Pyoshik finds the perfect angle. Missed a lot of ults this game, but hits the one that matters onto Sponge.
As we did see the gold kind of flatline for a little while, but now it is really ballooning in KT's favor. Very close to a 10,000 gold lead. It will be after this inner turret does go down, as you can see right there. And DRX, not a whole lot of options here. 29 seconds on the Elder Drake as well. That one's going to be up extraordinarily soon. KT, we're going to try and break open this bottom inhibitor turret first. And that is just going to go down. BDD does so much damage to these structures, and Perfect being so annoying here in this mid lane. Teddy now trying to take matters into his own hands as there is True Shot Barrage to come out. Doesn't land on the Barrel though. As the Glacial Prison's picked up by Teddy, and BDD is going to collect him as well. Thrown over the wall. And into the backline they go. Yahoo does manage to get the kill onto the Azir, but Rascal's also going to go down. Deft doing so much damage here after that double kill. And KT, with a couple lying on the floor for DRX, they could either go towards the Elder, or they could look to really do some damage to this base.
It's basically a true choose-your-own-adventure ending here for KT, as it looks like Perfect is going to take out the Inhib turret, as well as deny any rotation over. Look at all the wards they have. Even if DRX did have an insta-respawn button for their whole team, they'd have to cross over so much vision of this comp for KT to get to the Elder in the first place. An extremely dominant game here. Remember, though, you could feel good about it, like I got him once, but I don't think they even get his GA, though. I don't think they get the cooldown. Well, they win the game right now.
I think it might just be end of the game, because there is, of course, like, Elder is very strong, and they're now pushing in. The Baron has dissipated, so the minions are killable. We'll see whether they can get on top of those. The Glacial Prison is going to connect. They layer it with Barrel's ulti as well, as BDD is going down very, very low. Flashes out of there though, and Pletter is going to get eaten by the dragon. Now Yahoo is also going to be in trouble. Perfect dives on top of him. He is going to go down for it though, and it's messy on the KT side. But now they're focusing on these turrets. They've still got Deft alive. BDD also there trying to get that health bar back up again. They are utilizing this Chemtech Soul, keeping their health bars as low as possible. And I think that it might just be enough here as Deft bouncing around the battlefield, wanting to take down this turret. And there goes Teddy. The dragon comes down. It's Beryl that locks up the kill. Remember, Deft still has his GA available. It's a double kill here for Beryl, who's just taking them all from Mr. 1000 Games. And there is the fear on top of Rascal. He's going to get eaten. Oh, this one is actually going to go to Deft. 407 on his Callista, looking absolutely fantastic in this game. We'll see whether they can do it again for game number 2, but right now this one's all about KT, and they will end it right here. Congratulations to Deft, gets a win, game 1000.
You could have just taken the Leona away instead of the Kai'Sa pick first, because they didn't ban it, and then you could have had better follow-up, instead going to delay check and then look for the sapling.
Yeah. Gives a little thumbs up here.
I knew you were there.
Yeah, exactly. I like how he sort of knew he was on camera as well.
He's like, well, now they die bottom. He's like, thumbs up, they're not here. Go for it, Beryl.
Perfect. All right, let's see whether this dive is actually going to work. As Zenith Blade connects onto Teddy, he cleanses, but a little bit late here as he flashes the Mystic Shot. Pleta also trying to get out of there. There are minions still here. KT can go for this again as DRX still managing to keep themselves somewhat alive, but there's first blood. It goes over to Deft, and he grabs a second as well. It's a 2-for-1, and KT off to a pretty good start. First Drake this game is going to be a Cloud Drake. I'm happy to see Cloud Drakes. Would like it if it was the Soul, but that's fine. Sponge going to get pushed out though. Beryl just moving on over. BDD at 50% health, but he's still going to be able to help out with the damage. Need some Honey Fruit here as well to make sure that he can keep himself healthy. And I don't think DRX are going to be able to stop this one. And so they are just going to back away. It's going to be Grubs that they're going to turn their attention to. And Perfect just teleported back towards his top lane. Doesn't have a whole lot of control up there, so it should mean that these Grubs are just going to very comfortably go over to DRX.
I mean, DRX, they want to try to make sure, and I do love the prio on this, that they can get at least 2 of them, because it's a Tristana on the other side, but it looks like they're just not able to even get that.
Able to buffer the crash down quite nicely there to avoid the Shield of Daybreak. And Sponge wanting to try and punish here. Perfect is just not having a great time, is he? As the screw is going to be thrown the wrong direction, and Perfect able to flash as the Permafrost comes in. I don't think it's going to save him. He did about as... Oh, actually, okay, Perfect. Finally, Rascal's going to be able to pick it up and doesn't die to the turret. Man, Perfect is getting so close.
Teleport, but I think KT really just want to force a fight here. They could have just gone top and taken the Grubs, but they want more.
Well, it's going to be a little bit of a collapse as Yahoo is dealing with minions at the moment. KT will be able to take down the Rift Scuttler, so they do have a bit of extra vision.
Rascal, no TP.
Yeah, True Shot Barrage is going to stop the back from Yahoo, so he's not going to be teleporting in with that full health anytime soon. As Pleta comes down, all right, Beryl goes aggressive. Glacial Prison connects onto the Leona, and the Dragon is going to be taken here by KT. Killer Instinct, though, and Beryl is going to be taken down. Deft is in trouble. Permafrost and all the plasma stacked up. He's trying to stand his ground, but he will be taken out. And Teddy is now on a killing spree.
Yep, that's how you turn this game around. KT a little bit greedy.
To safety, instead of just keeping himself in range so he could try to kite back. And that's fine. I like the Killer Instinct, you know?
In an ideal world, in the greed that KT was looking for, they win the fight and get the Dragon and then get their Grubs.
Beryl is just walking at Rascal, and Pyosik, he's making his way in. That is going to be the kill. Deft is just going to pick right back up from where he left off, grabs the double kill, and KT are going to look for some plates and possibly the turret here as we had 10 seconds left. First turret blood now trying to be taken here by Yahoo on this top side, and he'll get it. 725 going over to the Azir. Very nice. Yeah, Sponge clearing out the jungle as well, but they will be answered by KT here.
You know, it's still pretty good for DRX here when you consider the Azir picked up so much massive money off of that. The final plate there on the top side, so 5 plates do go over. Rascal has a lot of money in this game. It's again just how they're going to utilize it, as Herald has been started by DRX. Deft has Hexgate.
Yeah, looks like Pyosik not going to try and go for any sort of steal here, so the Herald going to be taken by DRX. So this is now starting to look a whole lot different. Yeah. Unless Deft is able to just kill Teddy here, lands the W really nicely. Really wants to hit another one. There's the Mystic Shot. True Shot Barrage, and the flash from Teddy has to be invested. Do something heroic. Does throw down the explosive charge on top of Teddy. And turret very close to going down. Isn't actually going to fall just yet. As all right, Perfect. He's in amongst it. Does just mitigate all of the CC though. Just does those Cassante things and is just going to be A-OK. Slowed down by the sapling though. As there's a flash in from Yoshi. He finds the Bramble Smash. The ulti's so good, and Perfect is able to get in there as well. Deft free hitting from the back as BDD on a wild goose chase. Yahoo with a decent ulti here as well, as Teddy's able to take down the Tristana. It cost him his entire health bar, and he's not going to be there to defend his young jungler, and it's Perfect that takes him down. Oh, the Void Seeker. Beryl is very close to just dead, and there are some very stressed KT fans here at LoL Park, and you can understand why. I mean, they're KT fans. It's just how it sort of goes. And that's going to be Soul Point.
It's a Hex Tech Dragon Barrel's going to hurt you. Maybe just go clear the ward. Right now, it's just feels like he's doing it for a little bit of fun. His Sponge is very low.
That's not fun. Sponge taking a lot of damage. Hits that Mystic Shot as well. The red buff is ticking down. Oh, God. 22 health. All right. instead, it's going to just start, you know, circulating around Runeterra as we talk about, just becoming the pollution of the skies alongside all of these enchanted crystal arrows.
Yeah. Well, BDD gets a turret. He just says, well, Def's going to punish a jungler. Like, that was a moment where I was thinking Sponge is trying to test Def's hubris. He's like, does he think he can kill me? Can we bait him? If I just stand in front of Def, maybe he goes too far. But no, Def's just really calculated, does a ton of damage, so wins the fight and allows Tristana to get a turret.
Yeah.
While also saving the mid turret.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I wouldn't test him anymore. I think he's passed, and you can just try to not get just straight up killed by all of these buttons being pressed.
Look at the damage.
20k damage. So he's on like a 1,000 DPM at 21 minutes, basically.
I mean, the irony is if this was a closer game where DRX were really team fighting and contesting a lot more, the number could be even higher, and it may still go. The solve, though.
Oh, it's a roughie. All right, there's the flash out from Beryl, respecting the permafrost that was stacked up. The rotational ability here of DRX. Is Yehu going to get tagged by that True Shot Barrage? Deft is, I mean, this is not a defensible turret, and so he is going to have to give that one up.
Side of the map.
They are not. They were considering heading towards a Baron. Does make a bit of sense. They have a fair bit of vision available as now Sponge with that explosive charge. Remember, Tristana can get junglers out of the pit as there's a Magnet Storm to come in. Nature's Grasp already down here as Pyoshik in amongst it, flashes out instantly. And BDD, oh, the Killer Instinct, and he takes down the jungler. It's massive here, but can they win the fight? That's going to be the question. The all-out is so good from Perfect. The Emperor's Divide not going to do anything, and BDD is just playing Mario. Pletter's going to go down as well, and yeah, they may have lost their smite, but it doesn't matter if there's no one alive on the enemy team.
Very interesting decision by DRX to try to then baby rush Baron with a 2-item spike of the Azir, and then is able to get that kill, but it puts him on the wrong side of this team fight. Perfect just cleans up house, and then BDD with the reset to everyone on DRX gets so low. Damn, yeah, reset.
They're going to get over here. Perfect down as well. Pyoshik in the area. Let's see what they can actually get done as Deft is over the wall. They look for the angle. True Shot Barrage connects. Teddy takes a lot of damage. Perfect is already dead. And Nature's Grasp now going to come out. Let's see whether they can actually do it against the flow of time. It is going to be the Dragon going over to DRX, but they're going to lose all of their health bars. Deft is continuing to never miss an ability. And that is everyone cleaned up. It's going to be another full house here. We've had so many of them this week.
We just have so many with the 80 carries doing so much massive damage that, you know, between 5 players to kill, one of them's going to get 3, the other one's going to get 2.
Yeah, it's sort of just the balance, right? That's how it's supposed to work. Well, BDD able to get a few of them, and Deft grabbing the rest. They'll also be able to take all these turrets.
And that's why I didn't think DRX was going to contest there, because it's going to cost them more. Early.
And also, I mean, we have to remember that this is DRX versus KT, but this is a Harlem Globetrotters performance. Yehu just going to get sniped by Deft, who's happy to tank the turret. Not necessarily sure whether that is the case, but he's got a Bloodthirster. He'll be fine. Rascal is just trying to trade for anything that they can get. Some bounty gold now going into their coffers, but KT, they're going to claim those coffers, I think, as they're just breaking into their house. That is going to be the Dragons Unleashed, thanks to Juhan's skin that Pyoshik is utilizing against the team that he got the skin for. Just beautiful.
Really going to make him tanky, and this is going to be an inhibitor following the second here for DRX. And Hextech Soul is spawning again here for KT. All they have to do is kite back and take it. They've got full control of these choke points, and Deft's level 16.
Well, Beryl is just going to try and stop Sponge from getting on over here. As there's the Solar Flare, the True Shot Barrage over the top as well. The Emperor's Divide doesn't do nearly enough to try and save them. And look at this, right from the backline, you've got Deft and BDD just chunking them down. Too late is Rascal to this fight as BDD sacrifices himself to make sure that he can grab that kill. That's the first Mystic Shot I've seen miss in quite some time, and Deft is going to make up for it in the end. And they're not going to get the Hextech Soul because instead they're just going to win the game. And KT will end the season, or the round robin, with just a little bit over a 50% win rate, making up for the pretty abysmal start to the season. A good look for KT as they look to start the second round robin.
Insane. Insane. dominant performance by KT Rolster, start to finish. This is the true 2-0, clean 2-0, nothing to see here.
Yeah, we're actually, there wasn't really a whole lot of much, unfortunately, for DRX. They're going to lose their Nexus here. And KT, business as usual as they wrap this one up.
These are the best highlights from the matchup between KDF and Bro during the 2024 LCK Summer Split.
Oh, he does get the control ward in before the Zenith Blade could go out. I thought Polo was just going to pull the trigger on that one. Probably had an idea that Andor was moving up though, so understanding that it was going to be a 2v2. As Doiv moving towards his mid lane as well. Cuz in the area, the 3v3 is on as Zenith Blade goes in. It's a fair bit of damage on Andor, who doesn't have the Unbreakable Will just yet. And the ulti comes out from Bulldog, gets two as Polu so close to surviving, but first blood is going to come on through, and Leaper now trying to answer as Doiv. That was a sick flash, but he still has to use the flash in trade for a headbutt as the arrow just barely going to miss. And Fate gets on over the wall, but cancels that auto, doesn't find the rocket. There's the flash, and he'll find that one. Cool guys, don't look at explosions. A 1-for-1 trade as both supports go down.
Hover here in mid and let Cuz rush these down, and just a little bit slow on the uptake on this one. Now there is a Rift Scuttle here as well as a ward in the pit. Paulu's going to take the opportunity to back here, and they're just really hesitant on this one, but I think they should be able to take this. But now they've waited so long. Cuz is coming down. That's not the Bro activity I was looking for.
Well, there's the arrow. It's going to connect. Solar Flare layered on top of Grasping Roots. It was beautiful from the Bros, and Cuz is going to go down as well. That's what they were waiting for. Well, there's the answer.
Yeah, okay, so I get it now. All right, let's wait for them to start walking to the dragon, and we line up the arrow. The arrow comes through, and then bam, chain CC. Take out the Yone, take out the Sejuani. They wanted a dragon and 2 kills. That's what they were waiting for. Doiv said, hold up. Let's not do the dragon unless we can get 2 kills as well. Now this Corki has a second one.
Oh, man. And that's the positivity.
Yeah, expression on the face.
And so the other players can be having a conversation and they just look on over at each other like, it's time. You know? It's perfect.
It may be time for Morgan to get ganked.
It could. Time. Yes, Cuz is going to be considering that one. It might also be Dudu just going to kill the turret. And that is likely to be exactly what's going to happen here. There's also a cow, and Morgan's going to all out of there, and then just mitigate some CC and walk his way through. So, and it was not like the flanking Aatrox found the flank and joined his team. It was the flanking Aatrox found 4 people and killed them all by himself. So on this Gnar, certainly a similar energy, a similar capability. Not able to open up the map here for the Bros. There is 1 minute on this Chemtech Drake, and it does mean that it's likely going to be an Ocean Soul because it's, you know, monsoon season here in Seoul, so that would make some sense. As, oh dear. Morgan, he's getting some deja vu as he's going to push Andor back in, but he's still put in prison. And taken down. He is definitely just not getting very much help today.
Yeah, his death participation stats going up.
Yes, definitely really good kill participation for Quantum Freaks for Morgan in this game.
Well, they are able to gank him twice, the first time to get a turret, the second time to get a kill and a turret. Leaper and Andal try to defend this turret. It will be a turret in trade here to be back to the Brositivity.
Yep, the other outer is also very valuable.
Yeah. Another thing, I mean, that's a good point.
But they're just trying to make sure that they can move down here and secure the last few bits of this health bar on this bottom outer turret, as Polu could be in trouble. Snapback does come through for Bulldog, though, as now Doiv is being closed in on. He flashes out. Beautiful use of the Stranglethorns as Bulldog tried to get over the wall to find the Zyra, but she went the other direction. And speaking of which, Bulldog is now completely on the wrong side of the map. It's a disaster. Envy almost finds the volley as well to kill Leaper, and Morgan, he picks up a kill. The Bros are well and truly back in it now.
Oh, yeah.
Get up, Banana Brush covered. Moving into the enemy base to try and sort that one out as well. High value True Shot Barrage does come on through from Leaper. That's a good one. As Grasping Roots connects onto Cuz. Morgan looking for an opportunity here as Dudu a little bit far away. And he needs to be involved in this fight. That is 100%. Now the Yone is the one that's a little bit further away from this one. The Naba, like you were talking about, looking fantastic here for Dudu right now.
Bulldog's on the cross, but I think Fate is happy to push him away. Bulldog decided to TP mid instead of joining his team, so now he's kind of cut off, weirdly enough, hoping that Bro are going to play this slow as they often do, but
Indecisive here from
Yeah.
Bro. Trying to work out whether they want to defend this inner turret. They're going to lose it, and they might also lose the fight here if things go wrong. Doiv setting up the plants now. Dudu is mini-nah in this moment as they look to engage onto Andal. He throws down the ultimate though, and now the Glacial Prison going wide. Bulldog making his way in. The Pulverize onto 3 is gigantic, but Andal still suffering. The Bros somehow all alive until finally the supports are traded. The Quantum Freaks, they take inner turret, they take Dragon, they win the objective.
They win the objective. It's a trade of kills. Yeah.
And stay proactive. You know, that's what we got to do. Well, Polu going to be Hex flashing in. Like that. It's good vibes. And Bro going to move back towards the back. Like, look at all of these plants. Like, Doiv is ready to destroy the Baron. As Arrow is going to connect onto Leaper. Let's see whether they can get anything done. Double Pulverize here from Andal. Cuz look at to make his way in. There is the Glacial Prison onto Polu. Solar Flare doesn't quite get the stun onto Bulldog. And unfortunately, Polu just a little bit too far in, and Bro not able to find a true engage from the True Shot Barrage, but not a massive amount. Does have a Vampiric Scepter, so should be able to get that health back as all right. Morgan thinks he might have found an angle. Solar Flare is going to get immediately cleansed of the slow. Glacial Prison does next to nothing. Just going to try and stop them as the flash forward from Polu, and there's the arrow. Let's see whether they can get in there. It's a brilliant grasping roots to come out from Doiv. They grab 2, the entire bottom lane just eradicated.
Crowd speechless.
Yeah, Bro are just going to be able to move over to the Baron. They should be able to take this.
Man, Polu, he's just gonna go in today, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He just goes to C. Cuz is over here looking for a potential steal. He has Flash and Smite, but Polu's just gonna zone him out. Bulldog, again, on the cross, but nothing he can do here. And this is just a Bro Baron.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're gonna try to trade it for mid-turret, but I think Bro's gonna say worth on this one.
And they managed to get it. Yeah, and the thing is, like, Dudu is just kind of like a don't in this game.
7 out of 8 KP, man. If Bro in this game, he has got to be picking it up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a game from this man.
And he is just all of the Bro activity, right? Like, he is the one making absolutely every single one of these moves, and he's not stopping. This is the best part, is the fact that when it goes wrong, do you know what he does as a response? Do it again.
Yeah.
And see whether we can get it right this time.
He is going to be proactive from start to finish. He said, you guys are stopping proactivity around 20 to 25 minutes, not me.
Nope.
It's a 3-kill Corki. This Ashe is still relevant, still great engage, still will do big damage when set up.
And look at Fate. He's just wandering after Andal. He has to flash. The arrow's going to connect once again. And oh no, Leaper is going to pay for his sins. A teleport's coming in as well. Bro immediately moving towards this inner turret in the mid lane. They'll be able to at least chaperone this siege minion for a moment before they get to work, and they'll be able to take that one down. Is the base broken? It should be right now.
Yeah.
And it's a 3.2k Red Bull Baron power play. They've still got 45 seconds. They'll take an inhibitor turret, an inhibitor. Are they looking, wait, are they looking for the win?
Out here.
I mean, Dudu, yeah, exactly right. He is just backing now, as he will turn up. The Nabar in not a great position. Stick around. Tell you what, though,
it's never Brover until it's Brover, though, Atlas. So it's not counter chickens.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I tell you what, though, Fate, a year out of the LCK, he comes back. He's looking really good. I feel like the rest has done him good.
Works okay. I just explained it. So
that's Soul Point, though, and that is going to be Ocean
and
Soul
Dudu,
Point.
He's ready to kill the base. He's like, you guys can chase the Yone across the map if you want, but you might want to look at the mini map. I'm level 18, and I might be getting an inhibitor. Morgan is going to show up.
This will go down extraordinarily quickly, and Bro should be able to, if they can set up these seeds.
I'll make the call together.
Yeah, they need to just start it immediately. They will do so. Ezreal going to be helping out with the damage here as Cuz in the area. Morgan coming on over. They're going to look for the turn. Let's see whether they can take down this Sejuani. Does use the Q, gets himself out of there. Now Bulldog on the flank angle. Dudu in mini-nah right now. They do manage to find the Glacial Prison. Polu, he goes in. He's soaking up so much of this. Andal also going to be taken out as Bulldog has to flash away. The rest of Bro all grouped up, and in comes the Nah. But it's the mini, and Envy has got a beeline on top of him. Morgan gets his revenge, and he takes down the Yone as well. The roots will grasp, and they find Leaper, and Cuz is like, where did my team go? The Bros are going to destroy us.
The Bros are going to destroy you. They're coming to your base right now, and Morgan, He may have been 100 CS down or more this game, but he's able to get the last laugh on Dudu, the one to take him out in the fight. And Leaper, no flash, has to cleanse, is zoned out, does very little damage, and bro, they did it.
They were not broken after all. All they needed was the dive to come in and Polo to start these fights as they're getting the depth treatment, but I don't think it's going to matter. There goes the Nexus. And round robin 2 is the Bros' time to shine. They get their first win of the season.
Very similar drafts in terms of what they do, and the brand clear, not all too different. Obviously, Zyra can go a little bit faster. It's a better start. Bottom side with an Ash Arrow, for example. You can, of course, with a lot of setup, follow up on that CC, but a little bit tougher. So Doive, definitely not the same level of agency this time around.
That's all right, Polo going in. Leaper taking a fair bit of damage here as now Envy chasing after them. Frost shot slowing down the members of Quandong Freaks, but they are standing their ground now. And the arrow will fly out. Only level 5s here for Andal and Leaper, unfortunately. And there's first blood in the 2v2 for Envy and Polo. Bulldog getting a fair bit of damage down, and that should mean that these grubs will go over to Bro. They do them very, very quickly. Of course, this is a brand. He's pretty good at killing grubs, but Dudu has a Nabar at a decent position. 2 grubs are picked up by Bro as Envy moving on in. You can see Fate now fighting against Bulldog, who does go back to his soul there. And Dudu will hit Mega, still not able to actually contest these grubs. So 3 apiece for both teams.
With Fate pushing that mid wave in, a little bit wary about what could happen here with Envy also missing topside. Morgan's back up there.
Oh dear.
No.
Yeah, Bulldog possibly out of position. There's the flash forward. Of course there's the flash forward from Polo. And the Unbound Soul was his demise. You can see Bulldog there in the player cam looking a little frustrated as well. As the all out now onto Dudu. Morgan identifying that there is no Nabar there.
The timing of this from Morgan is just so easy. He's like, all right, you're out of Narbar. Cannot Mega. I mean, it's done, and now I'm looking for my angle there. Spaces it perfectly, and now this is just going to be the Dragon.
Well, True Shot Barrage trying to go for a steal there as Leaper, but it's not going to be able to happen. And there is the Hex Tech, I believe actually called by our mate Yundo in the back room side with some better play. And that hasn't quite started just yet. It might start now, though, as Cuz looking to try and challenge the Pillar of Flame. So much damage, though. Quickness over the top of them, but where's the damage to follow up? As, oh my god, the journey that Polo just went on was gigantic. And Fate picks up the kill under the Rakan. Morgan finding the angle. Cuz is executed. Leaper annihilated. And Bro are activated in round 2. As much damage as possible, just moves straight over to that Soul. Volleys flying in, Polo down to 50%. They're still wanting to stand up here as Doive getting very low, but look at Fate. These rockets really starting to hurt, but Dudu, he has the Mega. Wallop comes on down. The arrow is going to connect here onto Andal. That is going to be the Rift Herald secured, as the Glacial Prison does not very much of anything at all. They're a little bit split, but Polo is also a little bit dead. Still, Cuz just trying to run away. Envy just following him with these frost shots. Gets distracted by Leaper as Andal with the quickness is not really doing much of anything. And there's the all-out Andal. He keeps himself alive. Oh, Morgan! Not able to get in there and do it. Their health bar's so low, and they're just getting executed. Fate trying to do it, but he'll get taken down as well. Oh, Bro. All just falling apart there in that play.
What is it, 2021 Spring? We flipping for Herald?
Oh, dear. Oh, Dudu. Okay, he gives them one back. He gives them one back.
He gives them one back.
Oh, True Shot Barrage. Okay, it's fine.
Oh, boy, that was a messy
or a bad play. They were doing that play together, and that's what they need to keep doing, is another cannon's going to get missed.
Yeah, another turret down here. Mid turret is down. That's going to push Quandong Freaks into 1,000 gold the lead. After all of that is a TP flank here from Dudu.
Yeah, the Nabar in a great position this time around as well, as Envy is immediately going to cleanse, flashes away from the Gnar at the same time, but it means the Ashe isn't in the team fight. The quickness is so incredibly powerful. Morgan, he gets a huge all out, but they've taken down the brand. Oh goodness. Okay, Dudu, that is not where you want it to be. That is an angry Cassante, and he ain't getting Flame Horizon this time, as Fate is chasing after Andal. Wants to be able to get this kill. Let's see whether he can actually get in there. It is actually going to be Fate that collects it. And so Bro going to win out on this fight. They might be able to transition into a Dragon as well.
And we're back even in goal.
Yep, it is even Steve.
Full point.
Yep, Soul Point is actually coming on through here because he has won those and he is going to do so. Just presses the smite button as now Polo. He has the Eclipse, but he's still going to get cut down. Morgan finding Dudu, but he's looking for the rest of the team, and I think Morgan's just really dead. He's not even going to flash in this moment. Just realizing that he's just going to get chased down after that. So it is now Bro's turn to find the inopportune play.
All right, show me that gold grab. I want to see it. It's going to be
You want to check out the heart monitor?
Yeah, I want to see it because it's going to be one of the craziest we've ever seen. This is constantly going to be about 1,500 gold. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, 7 to 11. Like it looks small because of the scale of the graph of the Bro lead, but it's some questionable moments in this game, just like he did in game 1. I'm not convinced Quantum have a lead.
And the thing that I'm convinced about is the fact that the item spikes are starting to come in. There's the teleport. Oh, the setup from Morgan and Envy. That was gorgeous. And Fate is just going to cash it in. Oh, man, that was sick from the Bros.
Oh, that was so clean. That was the most complicated way I've seen to give a court kill.
Yep. You can see it's
Morgan selling it.
Yep. They get the control ward in. And Bro not actually going to do this. And in the meantime, the inner turret's going to go down and the Drake's going to go down as well. Like, Bro, I don't know whether this was the call. This was not the way. And they are just going to move all together to try and defend their inner turret in the mid lane as well. This was an out rotation and just a bit of a disaster here for Bro.
Yeah, I mean, the concept here is good. Cuz was nearby. They couldn't see him. Speaking of, like, they can't set up engage if they can't see what to engage on. And this is just the Baron going down. Bro cannot close the gap anymore.
They're going to try and move in. Quantum Freaks staying on it for the moment. Cuz and Bulldog in the area. Their health bar is getting lower as there is the back to come through. I believe the teleport actually... No. Yes, it was the teleport from Fate. Yeah, moving him towards the top side.
Dudu
has immediately checked Morgan, you know.
Dudu has his, but doesn't have the Gnar anymore. But still, there's no way Bro can capitalize. And this means that Morgan has to go now be the Gnar watcher and then hope to TP in if a fight breaks out down here. But to fight, they got to get close to this Baron pit. They're so far away. Asher is still not back.
Well, Andal taking a little bit of damage here as they just try to lock down the Baron. There it goes. Not quite able to kill Dove, but they do exactly what they need to do. Really well played by Kwangdong Freaks. Is just feeling next to impossible. And so Bro moving slowly but surely towards a 10,000 gold lead, currently sitting at almost 7. It is a few more of these inner turrets are going to go down. The map is not only going to get a whole lot more dark for Bro, but also the money is just going to really become a massive issue. Move back, they take themselves Soul Point triple Hex Tech.
Yeah, imagine the attack speed and ability haste that this Ezreal is going to be sitting on.
Oh, yeah.
As well as if he gets that 4th one, if we get to that point in this game, all of that plus extra slows that are going to be hitting every single time.
Until the Baron is up. Maybe that is going to be the window. Maybe that's the angle, as that's not, if you're talking about Bro's activity, that's a lot of damage from Leaper's True Shot Barrage. And now Bro, they're just going to start it up. Bulldog is in the top lane winning the game. And Bro are just doing Baron. Okay, quickness is going to fly in from Andal as well. That is a whole lot of work that he's getting done here as Polo is just trying to play Bouncer as best he can. Fate is fighting against Leaper and losing. And they are all dying one after the other. They might be able to get Leaper, but that is going to be it. That is the ace. And Kwangdong Freaks can just go back to what Bulldog was doing earlier and look to return the favor here to the Bros and bring us to Game 3.
It's Game 3. The series we expected, going the distance. Envy in that fight hitting a very, very tanky Sejuani, not able to put the damage into the carries. Double teleport turns a 5v3 to a 5v5. And the wallets, they were heavy. Kwangdong Freaks with some better map reads here. And they're going to bring us to that 3rd and final game.
There goes the Nexus. Kwangdong Freaks answering back in this series. It's not going to be a repeat of the spring season.
With the Jax, insanely strong split pushing, could buy a lot of time for Zeri to scale up. You've got really good follow-up with this Jax. When the Magnet Storm comes through, the Yone ult comes through. Grubs, very important for that side lane in the later parts of the game. So this is going to be very nice for Bro. In return, it will be the Mountain Drake that goes over to Kwangdong Freaks, which is in itself quite significant too. But if the Jax does end up with 5 grubs and has some time in the side lane, same with the Yone, can of course clear turrets very quickly if given some additional time. Yep. Does feel like that could be the more valuable setup here. As Fate's coming up here, looking to punish the Gnar.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Doiv, with his Frost Armor, is actually pretty capable of tanking up these turrets. Morgan has to get through these minions, though. And now Doiv, yeah, he's just going to flash on in. Dudu, now with Meganov, is going to come on through, but the fate is going to be sealed. And in fact, Fate is also going to pick up the kill.
Seal his fate.
As Arrow going to connect here. They find Polo, and he was in the dark. And he's just going to be taken out here. Crashes into the wall. Cuz is going to hop on the steed.
But the angle is a little bit tricky, actually. They just don't have a great entry point.
And Envy's rotating in. Going to meet Leaper in the mid lane right now. They can see Cuz clearing out this control ward. His first grub is going to be taken down. There's the knock up onto Andal. Permafrost comes in as well, but they're investing the teleport, and they only get half the health bar of the Leona, as the teleport is actually going to get cancelled as Dudu going down low. Cuz sneaks in and steals away one of the grubs, but now Andal's in a bit of trouble. Extendo Beam comes through. Polu finds the angle with the Magnus Storm, and now Envy is starting to get online. Cuz trying to do what he can as he transforms into the Dead Rel. But now Fate is fighting Leaper, and he'll take him down. Bulldog is going to punish him, but it's still a bro win in the team fight.
And it's a bro win on 5 grubs for the Jax, which is what this was all about. And I'm going to go ahead and put my stamp on it here because this was such a fantastic engage from Palu. And you know what? I don't know about the Jax and Gnar matchup. I'm not going to necessarily make judgment on that, but if you just keep diving the Gnar, it's pretty good for the Jax.
If you're not as comfortable rotating, and that is something that Bro have certainly been, as Glacial Prison is going to come down. Great Magnus Storm there as well, as they just layer the CC through. The Gnar is dead, and now Andal, oh, I don't know whether that was the safe direction to go. He didn't have too many options here, and I think he is just dead. Shattering Strike comes on through, and Envy gets another one.
I mean, this is the disaster for Kwangdong Freaks. They're matching the rotations, but so late that not only are they not saving their Gnar or the turret, but they're giving over kills a second time here. Additional kills going over. 5 assists for this Jax, a full turret's worth of gold. A lot of that going to the Zeri, by the way, sitting on 7K.
And Morgan still sitting on 005 on this Jax, really getting amongst it. The most involved he's been in an early game, what feels like forever, is now Dudu. Oh, Permafrost starting to get stacked up. Yeah, he's just dead again. Probably going to come on over, and these are the two like utility champions. Use his ultimate as it were. Wolf.
Yeah, he likes the pun champions, huh?
Yeah, definitely is. Arrow going to connect here. Weaver's Wall going to scale on through, but Envy, he gets over. And the seismic shove, yeah, that's not walk, that's run, because there's a Cloud Soul.
I mean, look at this flank here for Morgan. They really need to respect this, though, and they're not in position with Prio. This Herald will change that narrative very quick, though, and
yeah,
means that Bro are going to have to go and defend this or give up Dragon Prio.
Well, Dudu, they're just going to dive on top of him. Doiv not actually going to connect the ulti, but it doesn't matter. Magnus Storm from Polo is gorgeous, and now Envy dives in. I don't even know whether he really wants to, but Bulldog, he's going to break that arm guard, and he's just going to find a Permafrost waiting for him. There's the double as the lightning is going to strike. And Bro, they turn, getting heralded in the mid lane to taking a mid lane turret, and Fate wants even more. God, Andal, I don't know about that one.
Careful, my man.
Blade was not what he wanted to do.
Careful, he ended up on the wrong side of that fight, and you'll be an extra kill, a 4th to go over to Bro.
But I am very worried by the amount of positivity, because I don't want to brinks it, you know. I'm just adding BR to everything, and it's probably not the way to do it. It's okay. This is going to be their first dragon of the game, so blue side tends to get dragon number 3 in the context of...
Turn that into anything.
Oh, Doiv gets out of the way, seismic shove. Kwangdong Freak still preventing a Baron from just being taken here, but that's not what Bro want. They want to find a fight, and here it is! The Magnus Storm comes in, Cuz nowhere to go, no options. It's another kill for Envy, and that's the perfect target, right?
Yep, that's the jungler down, had flash and ult, but just isn't able to get out of there. And somebody's got to check, but they just have no vision, and there's just too many threats. And this is done with Ione pushing the side as well. He had a wraparound angle too. Kwangdong Freaks were just so cut off from the rest of the map. And then, yeah, you push the Jax out of the bottom lane, but he doesn't care. He doesn't even need it for this Baron. Yeah, teleport went to mid lane so they could set up that second wave here. And Bro, playing the map well.
1-3-1. use the rest of them to try and take this Drake.
You're so far ahead, you don't need 5 people necessarily to win this fight.
As a seismic shove, unfortunately, Polo is not going to be running away from you, Kwangdong Freaks. He is very, very happy to fight, as Cuz is not. He's just going to get taken down, as Envy's in the back line, actually flashes away. The wallop's going to go wide. The spacing's gorgeous. And man, I've been pretty critical of this guy, but that was an outplay if ever I've seen one. And Bro are gonna, possibly just win.
And Fate, I mean, he doesn't care about dying here.
Unless he just kills both of them. Okay, Leaper's gonna get knocked up. Can he actually do it? No. Leaper's now gonna be able to make his way home, but home is getting destroyed. And Bro, Nexus turret number 2 gonna go down. The Nexus is finally going to fall in 2 games of the same series, and they will break the loss streak.
These were some of the best highlights from the 2024 LCK Summer Split matchup between KDF and Bro. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.